Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I'm gonna be talking about something different on my channel. I know I usually talk about mainly anime. As of recent, a lot of Dragon Ball content, but I want my channel to be more about other types of media, not just Dragon Ball, but other types of anime and movies and shows. So I think I'm gonna focus on other things this year other than anime, and I'm gonna try to give my opinions on more things so that I can overall just grow as a channel, as a content creator. But today I'm gonna be talking about, as you may know, you may not know, but I wanted to post a lot of horror content on this channel. I do have a Halloween video on my channel as well, but I'm a really big fan of horror films in general. Um, you can name one, I probably watched it. I've been watching horror movies since I was probably about 5 years old. And at the time, I was being babysit a lot, and I guess you could blame it on my babysitter, but I would always end up watching a shit ton of horror films, and I never really got scared as a child. I really enjoyed them. I remember Scream was one of the movies that I saw when it first came out. I think I seen Scream in 2003 when I was a child, and I really loved Scream. I loved Scream a lot. I felt like Scream was not as frightening to me as Jason was as a child, but anyways, so Scream 5 and 6, I know there's a lot of people that were really mad that we were taking the storyline away from Sidney Prescott and we were kind of going in a new direction with different characters. And I'll be honest with you, Scream 5, it does have a lot of issues. I didn't like the way the film was paced. I thought that the film was a little bit too fast for my taste. I would have liked if they slowed things down more. But it's funny because in part 6, the pace is slowed down, and I actually feel like I can my brain can actually process what's actually going on. In Scream 5, we don't get much of Sydney, and I guess Scream 4 up until Scream 5, it's always been centered around Sydney, and I love Sydney Prescott. She's obviously the GOAT. I actually think she's better than Jamie Lee Curtis. She is the GOAT to me. She is the Scream Queen. And, when I say this, I'm not trying to discredit her at all, but I just felt like in Scream 5, it was needed, alright? Sydney, Neve Campbell is getting up there in age, right? She's getting up there in age. The same way that Jamie Lee Curtis said that she wanted Halloween Ends to be the last film that she was in. I can really understand if Neve Campbell didn't want to come back. I can see why, because she's getting up there in age, and it comes to a point where you have to progress and move on with the storyline. And the reason why I liked 5 and I enjoyed 6 was because they were not just starting over and getting rid of Sydney. Sydney was still involved in the story, but they were building up new characters so that the world could expand. So essentially, what I'm trying to say here is that you may not like Scream 5 and 6, but I appreciate those films for what they did and what they were trying to do, because they weren't just trying to write off the legacy characters. They were trying to incorporate characters that could be just as legendary, to carry on the legacy. And I feel like they did a pretty good job with that. I like the casting. I love Jenna Ortega. Mason Gooding is great. Melissa Barrera is great. For part 6, I mean, no movie's perfect. They do have some issues in 5 and 6. There are some issues. 6 definitely better than 5 to me, but I know a lot of people don't agree. I was getting a lot of messages and stuff. People were telling me that before I watched Scream 6, they were telling me that Scream 6 was garbage, and it made me discouraged, and I didn't really even want to see it because so many people were telling me it was bad. And when I went to go see it for myself, the first time I watched it, I had mixed feelings about it. The second and third time I watched it, I enjoyed it, and I said that I put 6 above 5, and I think 6 is actually one of the best ones in the franchise, right? So I know I've been talking for a while now. It's been about 5 minutes. So let me just get to the main point why you guys clicked on this video, alright? I just wanted to give a little bit of background before I just start talking about this, because I've been keeping up with Scream for a long time now. And I just wanted to voice my opinion on it, because I think that the films 5 and 6 were good films. They were not perfect, but I think they were good, and I do appreciate the world building. So Melissa Barrera got fired. She got fired because of posting something on her Instagram story, and it had to do with what was going on over with Israel and the Palestinians thing. You know, her saying, I'm not going to quote word for word, but she was basically saying that what's going on to the Palestinian people over there, it's wrong. And I completely agree with her on that, because it is wrong. And she was basically just spreading positivity. She didn't say anything, you know, triggering or anything disrespectful. She was just being positive on her Instagram story. And because of what she said, I guess Spyglass took it the wrong way. Either they took offense to what she said, or they were on Israel's side and they weren't for the Palestinian people, and they fired her. So either way, it makes them look bad, because number one, everything that's going on objectively, not subjectively, I mean objectively, what's going on over there is fucking terrible. It's wrong. I'm pretty sure like 90% of the people are going to agree with that statement. It's not like she said anything that was like an unpopular opinion, or she said something that was like really out there. Like, it's pretty common. It's not something that's that out there as far as, you know, saying a controversial statement online. You know, there's if you've seen about with the movie The Flash, like Ezra Miller was like beating up pregnant women and doing all types of crazy shit, and he never got fired. And you know, I don't want to say I'm condoning it, but I'm kind of glad, because I did want to see the film the way it was intended to be. I just don't like when a film's already in production and things have to change, because now I can't enjoy the film anymore, because I know that they were rushing through it and it ends up not being a good film anyways. But so there's like plenty of YouTube videos that will explain the situation much better. But basically, she's gone, and Tara Carpenter will no longer be in the story either. Jenna Ortega, she's not going to be involved, and it's because her schedule, she's got a lot of things going on, which I do believe that she could have probably squeezed in some time for Scream, but it probably just discouraged. She just probably got discouraged, to be honest, and I don't blame her for being discouraged and not wanting to work with the studio anymore. You know, she, you know, Scream is a big franchise, but hey, if she turns it down, I mean, she does have a lot of other roles that are demanding her time, and she's very popular. Like, she's extremely popular right now. She's on fire. So, I mean, there's that. But the thing is that that I want to share, hopefully this video gets a lot of recognition. I mean, it probably won't. It's a small, I have a small channel, but I'm not going to support the next Scream film. I'm not going to support it in the theater. I will pirate the movie. I will watch it when I'm ready, and I'm not going to support the official release. Why am I not going to support the official release? Because of the choice that Spyglass made to completely abandon the storyline that they built up in 5 and 6. And here's the thing. I love Sidney Prescott and the classic story. Dewey's already gone, right? The actors are getting up there in age. So it's kind of like you build up this great storyline with Billy Loomis's daughter, and you leave us on a cliffhanger. And instead of having both of those stories, Sidney and Sam's story, come to a head and, you know, wrap things together nicely, now we're not going to get that, because they're probably going to either retcon or reboot or just erase that storyline altogether and end it where it was at. And now it's just going to be focused on Sidney Prescott again. And I'm noticing a lot of people are happy, or saying like, oh, you know, finally we can go back to Sidney. And I get that. Like, you know, I do get that. I want Sidney to make a shit ton of Scream films. I want her to make like 20 of them, like how they're doing in Fast and Furious. Like, I wouldn't mind if she was in all of them. But the thing is that you start me off with 2 films establishing characters in this franchise, and now these characters have been left, their story has been left incomplete. So I'm just supposed to go in the theater and suspend my disbelief and watch a film when I know clearly that this is not the way it was supposed to go down in the story, and I'm supposed to enjoy that. That's not going to sit well with a lot of other people, trust me. I mean, with me, it does not sit well with me. I'm not excited about it anymore. I'm really not. I'm not excited. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they took Dewey and brought him back to life. As crazy as it sounds, I have a feeling that they actually might go through with this and bring Dewey back. I really do. I think they're going to try and find a way to either erase the previous films or just come up with something crazy. There was even a quote online that Spyglass put out a couple days ago saying something about, you know, when characters die, they don't really die, something along those lines, like hinting at, oh, we still have a roster of characters to use that the knife doesn't always kill them, or something along those lines. So I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back Dewey, because I don't think it's going to do well with just Courtney Cox and Neve Campbell. I don't think that story is going to hold up. I really don't. I don't think it can hold up because of what was previously established. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't think that the story is going to be good. I think that the movie's going to bomb, and I'm not supporting it. And all the people out there who are saying, hey, I mean, we're still going to support it because, you know, we're not going to boycott it. I mean, it's Scream, so we're going to watch it. Like, I get that, but there comes a point where you have to start calling out the bullshit so that things can change. The same people who are saying that they're going to watch it anyway because it's a Scream film, they're the reason why studios and companies like this are comfortable making bad decisions and always shitting in our mouths, because nobody ever speaks up and they never have to face any type of consequences for what they do. And I'm just keeping it plain and simple. I'm a consumer, so if I'm the consumer, I should be getting what I want, not the other way around. You're making media for me to watch. I'm not making media for them to watch. They're making media for me. It's entertainment for me. And I'm not going to accept anything but the best. And you shouldn't either. I mean, people have gotten so fucking complacent as of recent. I'm not going to support the official release of Scream 7. I don't care if Stu returns. It's just the matter of they didn't care about what they did, ruining the plot. So now I'm not going to care about supporting the film. I'll just pirate it. I'll still watch it. You know, I'll still add it to the collection. Of course, if Sydney's in it and it's good, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm probably gonna like it if Sydney's in it. But I'm not gonna. The point is, I'm not gonna support the official release. I'm not going to the theater to see this film. I hope that they lose tons of money, and I hope that because of what they did to Melissa, that they fucking hit a fucking wall and they tank. All right, I hope the film tanks. It just rubs me the wrong way when you really think about what they did, right? It just not even necessarily what they did in regards to like the actor and the film and Scream, but like just think if somebody said something like that, right, that was positive, and you have a problem with that, that just shows me what type of time you're on, and how can you get behind a company that is for fucking killing innocent people? I mean, that's the way I see it. I'm just calling a spade a spade. It doesn't really look good for Spyglass. It doesn't make them look good at all. You know, it just gives them a really bad look. So yeah, I'm not gonna support the official release. And you know, look, honestly, I feel like if you came across this video, it's for a reason. Don't support the official film, man. You can definitely watch the film, but I would not go to the theater to see this, because this is downright fucked up when you really think about it. You know, like, it is pretty fucked up. And another thing too about the whole Core 4 thing, right, is that the characters, like I said earlier in the video, I just appreciate, I guess, like, I'm not head over heels for the storyline of 5 and 6 where they were going, but I just appreciate the fact that they didn't write off the legacy characters completely. I really appreciate the fact that Sam and Sydney could have actually had more of a relationship and both storylines could be incorporated, because there's so many new characters that came out of the previous 2 films, And now in 7, I can already tell they need new deals. We're going to get a lot of people who are going to be cut, and it's going to be, they're going to try and make this centered around Sydney, and Sydney's never had a big group of people around her. So I already know that the world building is not going to be what it was kind of hinted at in the last 2, and it just gets me upset because world building is something that I thought would be really cool for a franchise like Scream. It can get very repetitive, and it can die off pretty fast. You know, one actor can't hold the series alone. I mean, you can argue that all you want, but I'm just saying it's just really a step backwards, and it's pretty fucking bad. It's pretty fucking bad when you're building a story and now you have to scrap the story entirely. And you know how Scream is all about like legacy characters and the legacy and the bloodlines and stuff. I thought it was pretty unique that all the characters in the core 4 were related to previous people in the killers. Like you had Randy's niece was Randy's niece was the other girl, forget her name, Mindy, and you had Mindy's twin brother, Chad, and that was Randy's nephew. So they're related to Randy through that bloodline, and then Sam is Billy Loomis's Sam's father. So now if they ever try to do that type of storyline again, they'll have to completely get a whole new cast, or they'll have to just try and recast the core 4 for part 8, which I doubt they will do. So overall, yeah, I'm gonna end this video because I know I've been talking for a long time, but I'm not supporting Scream 7. You should not support it. Honestly, they haven't even gotten confirmation that Nev is even coming back, so we're just assuming that she will be back. But even if she is, I'm just not excited anymore, and I'm not excited for the film anymore, and that's all I really have to say about the subject. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about this whole situation. Did you guys actually like the core 4 thing? Did you guys actually like 5 and 6? Because unpopular opinion, I thought it was great. I thought it was good despite having some flaws here and there. The Scream franchise is not perfect. Nothing's perfect. But let me know what you guys think. Are you going to still go to the theater and watch Scream 7 just because Sydney's in it? Or are you going to hold off and watch it on your own time when it comes out for home release? Let me know. Peace out, guys.